Welcome back, everybody. This week we have the Young Guns in the Hive. We start off with the first show with Sara Cords, and then we have Blake Borello, and we have the SOS team rounding off the week. So stay tuned, and we're gonna start off here with Sara Cords.
That's my way.
Her breath is like woo. She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to woo. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star. Woo. Her name is Jenny, ooh, bitch don't have no panties. Woo. I'm Steph Curry. When I hit the three, I hit.
17 was an interesting matchup, with 20-year-old Sara Cords on the pole position, possibly the first American woman to make the national qualifying event. She took second place for 2 points, ending her 0-point night and making a statement for herself. She was paired up with 19-year-old Blake Borello, alternate rider Redmond Bohannon from North Glen, Colorado, and the second wild card rider 6'3" Michael Wells had the wall.
All right, the Storm Sara Cords back on the line. Colorado's Redmond Bohannon in gate number 2. Blake Borello from Northern California, gate number 3, and Michael Scooter Wells. 2 wild cards, and one reserve, and 1 member of the American final class. Here we go. The bump and grind there in the beginning. Last time, let's see what happens here. Blake Borello breaks away. And the Storm Sara Cords, talk about girl power. Storm Sara Cords racing for Lucas Oil. Running very close in second. Redmond Bohannon got that hot shoe burning sparks. Gate number 3. Right now, Blake Borello lost a little control. I heard him go to the final lap because Sara Cords is not letting up right now. Blake Borello breaking away from the pack a little bit more. Here we go, checkered flag. Blake Borello with the win. Sara Cords in second. And Redmond Bohannon finishing that one up in third.
And that's your XSRA.TV live stream rewind.
I can't hear ya. Sara Cords. I'm a female Speedway racer. Today we're just practicing breaking in a fresh motor and just getting some laps in before the race for next weekend. What I'm looking forward to the most is hopping on a 500 and finally taking the step to get up there with the big guys and hopefully make a bigger name for myself and to become something. I'm pretty neutral and equal with the guys, so equal treatment in racing is pretty much a good thing. It doesn't matter whether or not you're slow or you're too fast or if you're a girl or not, so you should just give it a try. The next big race I have coming up is this next weekend, actually the 250s. I'm going to still be in that. It's my very last final race in 250s. And I'm going to be team racing with all the other guys, and that's going to be my last hurrah. The one person that I look up to is definitely Eddie Castro. Ever since I hopped on the track, or ever since I saw him the first time my dad ever took me to the track, I was like, I want to be like that guy. It feels so rewarding just to be something like him, you know, because he's my idol. My dad, he did everything he could to help get me through and keep me going every Friday night and every weekend, no matter what. There we go.
All right, we got you, Sara. We have Sara Cords.
I can hear you.
Oh, very good. So everybody can hear me. I got an email from one of my buddies, and he said, I can't hear you. So I'm so sorry. Live stream it. Let's go ahead and just start it all over again. What do you think, Sara?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I guess we had an audio cut out, so we apologize for that. So welcome to the Hive, everybody. Hope you're doing good tonight, and we have a really great show for you. And we have the one and only female Speedway rider ever to qualify for the World Championship qualifier, the AMA FIM World Championship qualifier. And we have Sara Cords here in the Beehive. Hi, Sara.
Hi, how are you?
Great. And everybody can hear me, I hope. Oh, so tell me about that race you had. We watched the video. We had to play the other video because we had a little dead space, so we had to do something. And so tell me about what happened on the FIM World Qualifier. How did your night go?
That night was definitely a night for learning, being put into, like, you know, the type of level that I am in now. Like, you know, you can't necessarily go out and assume that you're going to win your first few races out. You know what I mean? So they definitely went well. I mean, obviously you always want more, but for where I was at in my racing and what I had for my motorcycles, I was definitely in a good place in that night. It was a solid night of racing.
That's good. And so you and Blake's going to be on the show tomorrow. So we have the two winners of that particular event that went into the qualifier. You actually, you had to qualify, correct? And then you had to do that final, that video we just watched was that final. And then you were the first woman ever to qualify for the World Championship qualifier. So congratulations, Sara.
Yeah, I definitely had to work my butt off that day. I raced all day during the day for the support, and then I qualified to be in it, and I was definitely super stoked for myself. I was tired, but I was stoked.
Yeah, you know, you can't take anything for granted. You know, I raced a world qualifier once, and I thought for sure I was good. I was in the event back a long time ago, and I thought I was going to win the race. And there was a really good rider by the name of Michael Bast. He was actually the champion US at the time. And I knew I was going to beat Michael Bast in my heart. I really did. I wasn't joking. And then the tape went off, and Michael just had a great start, and he beat me. I got second. But you can't take anything for granted. You have to stay really focused. And I was thinking, I'm going to beat this guy, no problem. I really believe that sincerely. And he beat me. So.
Yeah, whether you do or not, you got to learn something from it either way. So.
Yeah, you have to definitely stay focused, because I think I wasn't focused, and I think that was my problem during that race. And I'm still mad that I did that. You know, I was. You have to. I'm pissed off today. Can you see I'm mad? No, I'm just joking. I'm okay. And but so tell us, Sarah, like what got you interested in riding motorcycles, and how old were you? Because you're a good rider, so you must have started early.
Actually, it was my dad who had gotten me into riding and stuff like that. We'd been a big desert family, so when I was around the age of 4, I had this little Honda 70 quad, and we'd just go to the desert, and I'd ride with them, and then I'd trek along, and then I graduated from then to like a little Grizzly 80 quad, and then on to dirt bikes after that. But I started racing when I was 10, but it was my dad who got me into all of that.
So you were 4 years old when you start going out to the desert riding the peewees and stuff like that?
Not necessarily peewees, just little quads and stuff like that. I didn't really get onto a normal peewee bike, I guess you can say, until I was like 6 years old, when a family friend, we were out in Mecca, and a family friend had a PW, and he had just taken off the training wheels for his son. And I had lied and obviously told him that my dad said it was okay and that I could ride the bike, and I'd done it before, and I never had. And then next thing you know, I'm riding the bike, and I didn't really have any troubles. And my dad was like, "What's going on?" Because he didn't know, but that's where it started.
Well, I think your dad is the number one supporter. I always hear him yelling in the videos.
Yeah. That's definitely true. My family, my whole family and everybody, definitely huge support.
Oh, that's great. And we have a video of a young Sara Cords racing. I believe it's at Victorville Speedway, Steve Evans track. And we're going to go ahead and watch that right now.
Go, 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 go. Come on, baby.
I started taking the whole time.
All right, come on, cheers for
Go, Dakota!
Sara Cords and the shocker Dakota Shockley. One lap to go. All right, folks, when they come on, let's really give them a huge round of applause for both of these peewees. Number 14, Sara Cords, 419, the shocker Dakota Shockley. And you are
Almost got her.
Don't worry, Sarah. Dakota Shockley is not racing Speedway anymore, and you are, young lady.
I haven't seen that video in so long.
You did pretty good. I mean, how old were you? Like 10 years old or something?
10 or 11, maybe. I was always just really small, so I fit in. But yeah, I was young, little.
You're a little peewee riding the peewee bikes. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I guess you were always fast because you were hauling ass out there racing Dakota.
Yeah, I mean, 50s was definitely, I think, a hot spot in my racing. Not that it counts, but.
So your dad, I could hear him on these videos. He sounds like your number one supporter. Was he a Speedway rider, or he just like going to Costa Mesa?
So I guess back in the day he had gone to IMS and stuff like that and went to the races with his buddies, and he ended up taking me for the first time in a long time for him, and it was my first time, and I was like 10 years old, and I he took me, and I was like, I want to do this, and he let me. It was basically as simple as that. But he never like rode in Speedway. He always was just kind of like a fan.
That's cool. So he supported you. I wish I had parents that did that, because I had to work really hard and save my money, and my parents said, don't ride. And your dad's like, ride, sir, ride. That's cool. I like that. So from the Pee-wees, you moved up to the 150cc Speedway bikes. That's quite a big jump, you know, when you go from the Pee-wees to Speedway bikes. Tell us what that was like, jumping from that little bike to actually a Speedway bike.
Well, I mean, my transition wasn't really that difficult, because in between that time I was riding a YZ80, you know, and stuff like that. So I had been on bigger bikes and I'd felt that, but if I were to go exactly from a 50 to a 150, I feel like that'd be pretty bizarre. But going from that, it was definitely a lot more powered, but I have a hard time recalling, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know, it was a long time ago. You've been riding a long time, and we actually have one of your first wins at that same track that your papa always go to, the IMS. And your dad was really happy. I think this was one of your first 150 main event wins. We're going to watch that right now.
Here we go. Main event, second division. 150cc, Sarah's number 4. Yeah, takes the lead. Look at her. Yes. Gotta get her win. Goes victory lap. Yeah! Woo! Congratulations, Sarah. First main event win at IMS.
Number 34. And number 185. Driving Leo Sandy.
Yeah! Oh yeah! Woo! Good job! Say hello to everybody in Michigan. Woo! All right. Pirate Speedway, final race of the season. First main event win here. Good job.
Hey, nice job. Awesome. Good job.
That turtle shell. The turtle shell body armor.
I think somebody was happy that race.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's definitely like one of the times that I look back at, like when I think about my dad, like, you know, that was one of the times that like made him happiest. Is good memories.
Oh, that, watching that video, it's just priceless. I mean, you see a father and a daughter, proud of his daughter. I mean, my gosh, that's like, Sarah, seriously, all the money in the world can't buy that. That's just priceless.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, you can't buy that kind of happiness. That's a memory that will, be with you forever, because that was a special bond between a father and a daughter, and him so proud of his daughter. That's just really cool.
Yeah, thank you for putting that on there. I definitely needed to see that. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sarah. I saw that and it just warmed my heart. And I said, oh my gosh, I got to put this on. And was that your first 150 main event win?
Yeah, I mean, I had struggled a lot in 150s when I first started off because I kept freaking stalling it. I always stalled it on the starts.
So you popped the clutch and then the bike died.
Always. It took the longest time.
That's hilarious. So who taught you how to work the throttle and the clutch at the same time?
I'm not sure if I'm gonna pronounce his name right. It's like Shay Banowski's father. He had taught me at their practice track when we were going to practice by the new Speedway bike. So he had taught me, and then when we had gone to the Sean McConnell, the training academies, and then the Billy Hamill training schools and stuff like that too. So we had some practice in between races to kind of figure it out. So yeah, definitely.
Well, when you're a really young racer like that age, things, take a little time to click in, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So how many years did you race the 150s for?
Quite a few. I think we mostly prolonged it because we didn't necessarily have the means to bring it up to the 250. But when we did, I definitely was happy to be there. I was ready for a long time. But it was more than a few years. Yeah, a few. Too many.
You made that transition to the 250. It sounds like you were really ready. You're tired of the 150s. You wanted to go with the fast guys, right?
Yeah, a faster bike is always nicer.
Yeah, I think this is a 250 video we have. If it's not, go ahead and shoot me, I guess. No, I'm just joking. So we have a race here at Paris. I guess you're 250. It's fast. If it's 150, you're really fast. So we're going to go ahead and play this race. It's a main event. I believe it's the 250, and it's at Paris. So here we go. Let's check it out.
Okay, here we go. Paris main event. Sarah's out the box. Congratulations, Sarah. Jake Isaac, always a class act along with all the other kids to race. Here she is. Yeah! And let's wish her all the best of luck. so proud. Motorsports Junkies, Hager Sox, G&G Racing gets the win.
Was that 250, Sarah?
150s.
You said you were slow on those 150s. I look like a 250. Sorry. Wow. Dang. I wish I would have had some. I swear I thought that was a 250. I said, dang, she's fast. And that was only a 150. Oh, my God. Oh, shoot. Oh. Sorry about that.
It's all right. No problem.
I thought I watched that race. I go, dang, she's fast. That has to be a 250, and it's only so we can only imagine what Sarah was like on a 250 if you saw how fast she was on a 150. That's crazy. So, how long did you race with the 250s, Sarah?
A few years as well. I can't exactly pinpoint. Sorry, I've had a lot of concussions since then. I don't know if that's funny or not, but it kind of is to me. So I was like 14, 15. Maybe I think I was at least 3 years. At least 3 years I was on a 250.
How did you do in those 3 years? You must have did pretty well.
Yeah, I did pretty well. I got to know my bike pretty well, and I learned a lot during that time. I didn't get as many championships as I wanted, which, but, you just learn from that, and maybe hopefully, and I'll get some coming up in 500s, but it was definitely a large learning process for me, and it was fun. It's a really fun little bike to ride.
It looks like it's fast. The 150 was fast, so the 250 is even faster. Who was your toughest competition in the 250s? What are some of the hot riders that you had a hard time beating?
So at the time it was like Colton Hicks. He was from up north. There's Sebastian Palmisi and Jake Isaac. We all kind of grew up and transitioned into each class like with each other, so we were all kind of at the same level. So we all had good competition with each other there. Michael Wells was also there too. Some of the Martin brothers would come down. That was, excuse me, in 150s. So quite a few there, yeah. And we were all still racing. So I still race against Sebastian and Michael and Colton. I'm not sure if Colton's riding or not, but yeah. So.
Well, those are some pretty good riders. So that's tough competition. And you're kind of small. How tall are you? Like 5'4" or something like that?
No, that's an overestimation. I'm 5'1".
5'1". Oh. Well, I just have one word of advice for the riders racing it. Don't mess with Sarah because she's 5'1", okay? You can race her and race hard. And, one of the things, because I've watched a lot of ladies, race Speedway through the years, and from Bobby Hunter and all these really great women Speedway riders, and you're the next in line. So that's really cool. One of the big problems that the women Speedway riders have is, with the guys, they get too aggressive and they hurt the girls. And so hopefully they're not going to do that. And you guys and it looks like you guys race, like now you race pretty good and clean, and nobody's out to like nail each other. So do you feel that way, Sarah? Huh?
No, I mean, I feel like if you feel like other people are maybe out to get you on the track, then you shouldn't ride, because then that's it's just a part of the game. You got to make passes on somebody. If you bump into each other, and as long as it wasn't intentional, then it's not a problem. You know what I mean? It happens. It is a part of the game that you choose to play. You got to be competitive. How do you win races?
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a matter of it's a matter of clean passing, like when you see these great riders, it's really, yeah, exactly. It's not really dirty riding. It's just clean passing. You can pass somebody without crashing them, correct?
Yeah, you can ride consciously around other people and still make it look like a good race. You know, it may look like you touched this person, but really you didn't. You know, it's not dirty. You know, you have to be respectful with the other riders. That's extremely important. And like obviously if you're purposely taking out other riders to get the win, then that's dirty riding. But if you're cleanly winning a race and you are confident in your riding and you know that you're not going to hurt that other person, then yeah, go for the pass.
Exactly. No, I mean, I've seen some really clean passing, excuse me, at the Paris Raceway. I saw Renton Todd when he won that D2 main event at the end of the year. He went ahead and passed Philip Bourne really clean, and then that was really nice. There's no touching. It was really hard riding. It was really great. And then when Luke Becker, he won they did the best pairs this past week or so. He was in, I guess, 4th place, and he went from 4th to 2nd place because Brock was leading. Nobody's going to touch him. And he actually passed Max and Dylan, but he did it cleanly on the outside. I mean, he rode really bitching, and then he cut in front of Max and totally cut him off. And that was, did you see that race? It was bitching.
Yeah, I was standing at the gate watching it. It was definitely a really good main. Like that was racing. It's racing. I don't know what else to say.
It was good. Well, it was clean racing too. Luke didn't have to hurt nobody. He didn't have to crash nobody. He just wanted to get 2nd place, so to solidify the best pairs championship, and that's exactly what he did. That was really amazing. So that was cool. Watching that racing and watching that passing. Passing is a real big part of Speedway, as you know, and it's really an art. Passing is really, it's not something you do normally. I mean, it takes practice to be a professional passer. and it's good, it's really good. When I raced motorcycles Speedway a few years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, I actually loved to pass, and that was like my funnest part of passing, and it's just passing people. And even I ride the street today. I ride the street every day of my life. I ride motorcycles all the time. And one of my funnest things to do when I ride motorcycles is passing cars and passing. I just love to pass, and I hate to get passed. I get mad. So, yeah. So anyways, I'm getting back. I just like to pass. I'm sorry. So did you ever race in those 250cc championships when you were like a 250 rider?
Yeah, I had gone up north and did the AMA championships and stuff like that, and did all the local ones, and I was there. I just never really made it to the first place.
Oh, that's okay. Well, now you're in the 500, so you have lots of chances now to win main events and everything.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't win races, it just wasn't the championships.
Exactly. That's okay. We played this video, and we're going to play it again. What the heck? And when we had a little technical difficulty, we weren't really planning on playing the video, Sarah, but I didn't know what to do. We kind of had a little audio problem, so we're going to go ahead and play this. This is Sarah when she was finishing her career as a 250 rider, and she was getting ready to bump up with the big boys.
Hi, I'm Sara Cords. I'm a female speedway racer. Today we're just practicing breaking in a fresh motor and just getting some laps in before the race for next weekend. What I'm looking forward to the most is hopping on a 500 and finally taking the step to get up there with the big guys and hopefully make a bigger name for myself and to become something. I'm pretty neutral and equal with the guys, so equal treatment in racing is pretty much a good thing. It doesn't matter whether or not you're slow or you're too fast or if you're a girl or not. So you should just give it a try. The next big race I have coming up is this next weekend. Actually, the 250s. I'm gonna still be in that. It's my very last final race in 250s, and I'm gonna be team racing with all the other guys, and that's gonna be my last hurrah. The one person that I look up to is definitely Eddie Castro. Ever since I hopped on the track, or ever since I saw him the first time my dad ever took me to the track, I was like, I want to be like that guy. It feels so rewarding just to be something like him, you know, because he's my idol. My dad, he did everything he could to help get me through and keep me going every Friday night and every weekend, no matter what.
So your idol is Eddie Castro. Tell us about that, Sarah.
So back in the day, he would always rode around the outside. He was, you know, he was just that crazy rider, and I guess his riding style, I kind of took after that. And for a while in juniors and stuff, my primary line was on the outside, and I guess it kind of just took off on that. So, and also number 14 was Tony Stewart. NASCAR, so he was my dad's favorite NASCAR driver and stuff, so I would go and watch him at the NASCAR races. But definitely both of them were like my inspirations to be number 14 and choose my number in that manner. But yeah, for sure. And Eddie's definitely been through a lot. Like he's still back on the bike after everything that he's been through with all the surgeries and stuff like that, you know, so it's definitely ambitious to continue going on, you know. And I mean, I'm still trying to beat him, so it says something.
Yeah, he's old man right now, and you'll get him. Don't worry. Eddie's slowing down, I think, every year.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, he's fast, and but you know, you're getting older, and Eddie's getting older, so. You'll catch him. You'll catch him. He's good, and he's been through so much. And so how long have you been riding the 500s now, Sarah?
So I guess you can say it's been at least a year now. I haven't had necessarily a full season on a 500. So right before COVID started, I had 2 races in D2 before I went to industry. And then COVID started, and then it was like a break from there on, you know. And so for the longest time we didn't ride, and then so it's only been once a month, so not even really a full season.
Yeah, you don't get that much riding. I guess you're not riding this weekend in Bakersfield. You're taking that day off.
Yeah, I have some family celebrations to attend to, so I gotta be there for some family. They'll definitely be at the next one, though. That's definitely a plan for sure. Very
cool. We have a couple of guys here in your pits. Who are these handsome gentlemen?
Oh, so that's my mechanic, Jimmy, and then my father, Tom. So Jimmy Genitelli, he does a lot for me, and my dad as well. They're definitely my 2 supporters. Just hanging out. It's my dad.
There's your dad hanging out. And I guess Jimmy, he likes starting your motorcycle, correct?
I mean, I need somebody to push me off. So, I mean, he's definitely, if he's willing to do it.
I think he wants to take your place. He wants to be the new Sara Cords here.
I guess we'll see.
Oh, Jimmy's a good guy. We like him. He really likes you as far as like helping you. Is he a really big help in your corner?
Yeah, he's definitely done a lot for me, and he keeps my bikes at his garage and stuff like that, and helps me out, and I can go down there and work on them and wash them whenever I need. And he just transports and just support. He's always been a big support for many years, so it's good. He's a good person to have on my side.
He's a good. And I guess you like going to the beach. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
Gosh, my little sister looks so little.
Which
She's
one are you?
taller.
I can't tell. Which one are you?
I'm
the
on
right
the
one?
I'm on the right. Yeah, my little
Okay.
sister now, she's actually taller than me.
Oh, that's fun. And who's this? You and your sister again?
Yeah, you're just pulling out some gems.
Oh, we're having some fun with you, Sarah. Just don't get mad. And I guess you like ice hockey.
Oh,
You're an
God.
ice hockey lover.
Yeah, Ontario Reign. I like those. I like going to hockey games. It's pretty fun to watch people beat each other up. Not gonna.
Yeah, we like those fights, you know. In the old days at Costa Mesa, when I was a little child, they used to like have fights in the stands because they sold lots of beer. And then when you have a lot of drunk teenage boys, you have fights. Oh, so that was fun. And so you've really done well in your days, and you went from the pink uniform, and now you're sponsored by Lucas Oil. How did all that happen?
Thanks to Scott Tonkington, he got me hooked up with Lucas Oil, and he's gotten many people hooked up with Lucas Oil, actually. He definitely is a huge help. They have helped keep my bikes clean, my bikes running right, all the cleaners. It helps keep all my vehicles clean, you know. So all their products are definitely great to use, and I use them all the time for basically everything.
Awesome. Yeah, you get around for that 5'1" frame. That's actually to your advantage because you have a not very heavy body, so that gets you around the track on those 500s pretty fast.
To an extent, honestly, sometimes I wish I had more weight because I don't have a very good power to weight ratio. My bike basically doesn't feel me on it, so I need more weight in my rear end to be able to get the traction and the drive that I need without just spinning my tires.
Exactly.
Because I'm only 100 pounds.
That's soaking wet, I think.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I got to do a lot of compensation with like short pegs and my back wheels up all the way and lots of compensation.
Well, just eat lots of fast food and you'll get like a couple kilos on your ass, probably.
Not fast food. I'll go eat some burgers.
Get some burgers. What the heck, you know? Yeah, you know, when I was living near you over there, I could just look at like a milkshake and I would gain like 5 pounds. So you should be able to gain some weight somewhere.
You know,
yeah, you get that double with those beautiful fries, and I like that strawberry shake at the In-N-Out. I mean, I'm sad if I had that combo. That's good. So you have a problem gaining weight, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, most of us fat people really wish we had that problem. So I guess it's no problem to some of us. There's lots of people not being able to gain weight. So you have a good problem, I think.
I guess so. No traction for me, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's a real problem. You know, I was kind of a little heavier and stuff. And when I was racing my last time at the Grand and stuff, and I just sat my fat ass down and I just dug in and whoa! It was good. So being heavy and having a fat ass really like gets you going, baby. It's cool.
Yeah, I bet. I wouldn't know.
Oh, dang. You're missing the boat, Sarah. You're missing the boat. No, that's cool. And yeah, so you used to be a blonde. What happened? Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. I had a change of heart.
Oh, sorry about that. I cut you off. Can you see this picture?
Yes, I can.
What happened? You changed your hair to brown and you went from a surfer girl to a racer girl, I guess.
Well, I don't know. blonde my whole life. I mean, it's just hair. You can always change it back. And it hasn't been this long since I've done that. But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, honestly, life's too short not to do anything different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. The girlfriends that I've had, they've always they got their hair straight and they did the rebonding and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, good, you got straight hair. And then just a couple days later, they're putting curls in their hair. I'm like, wait a minute, don't put curls in your hair. And a couple days they're cutting it short and they're dyeing it, putting brown in their hair and red highlights. And oh, girls.
I mean, it's something to do.
Yeah, it's fun. Girls sometimes get bored with their hair and they're like, I want to do something different. And us guys are really boring, I think, mostly with our hair. Oh, that's fun. So actually, you raced 21. Let's get back to Speedway. Forget the hair. Who cares about that? You actually raced in the 21 and under championship here like a few months ago or something, and you got I think you got 8 points. Is that right?
I believe so.
That's pretty good. I mean, you must feel good about your riding, right? I mean, you're doing really good right now.
Yeah, I mean, any points make you feel good, as long as you don't get a DNF. I don't know. My racing is all learning experiences for me at this point. I'm not necessarily trying to go out there and win a race. So every single ride that I go out, I take something from it and I learn from it. That's my goal.
That's a good goal. That's really great. Yeah, I mean, watching all these racers for all these years, that's exactly what these guys do is, they just keep progressing. And that's what you're doing. You're doing step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept. Just, you're just getting something from every race, developing that. You're not going all the way to the top in the first day, but it's just a steady progression. And that's that's really excellent, Sarah. That's really what you should do. It's just keep, I've seen so many riders like in my day and watching these guys. I could beat these guys really good. And there were some famous guys. And they just kept working hard, learning a little bit every race. And soon they were beating me. I was like, hey, you can't do that. Because they kept progressing, like what you're saying. So who you are today does not mean who you will be tomorrow.
Yeah, and a lot of people, when they're not progressing quickly or something like that, I know with myself I get frustrated with the slow progress, but you have to take a step back and realize this is how it goes. You're not going to be a world champion in a week. You have to practice. You have to realize that those guys ride almost every day out of the week. They have nothing else to do but focus on their riding. And us, we have jobs, we have school, we have all this. So it's going to be a slower progression, but it's whether or not you believe that you're going to get there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's all a state of mind. Speedway is totally mindset, whether you're in the race, whether you're progressing, riding, because, it's like you say, it's a state of mind, and it's difficult mentally for the riders now to not have very many rides. You agree with that? There's not that much going on right now.
Yeah, not a lot. And thanks to Steve Evans, we now have that Bakersfield track. But before that, there was maybe a turn 1 and 2 track at Paula, and Milestone had been shut down after a while. And that was our primary practice track. We were out there every Sunday. But we don't necessarily all have the ability to get $1,500 together to rent Paris for a day, And if we did, we could. We wouldn't, but we don't. Yeah. So we only get maybe that one race a month. That's our only opportunity to ride during that time.
So now that Milestone is closed, there's no practice track, correct?
Not necessarily, no. We have Bakersfield now, but that's still a trek for a lot of us, and it's every once in a while. Milestone was more prominent, and you could definitely go there every weekend if you wanted to.
Exactly. Oh, that's really cool. And I was reading somewhere, I think it was on the internet last week, that you said that you had like a future goal, like if I don't know, maybe later after Speedway or something. Speedway's not forever. We all know that. That you wanted to be like a nurse's assistant, like helping deliver babies. Is that true?
Yeah, so my main career goal, if Speedway continues, or like in the long run when I finish my schooling, I want to be a NICU nurse, and I want to work in the intensive care unit with brand new born babies, and just help them gain some nutrients and be able to grow up to live a life. Just want to be there.
So you like the babies a lot, correct? And delivering them and all that.
I don't know about the delivering part. That's the OBGYN's job, but these will be the sickly babies. So the ones that have to stay overnight when they're born or something like that, they're sick, or they have to go into the NICU, into the incubators, or, they just can't be left alone. So they have to stay in the hospital.
Oh, very good. That's a really cool. So do you have to go to school for that, or
Yes.
how does that work? You have to go to school. How many years?
Yeah. So May of 22, I will be hopefully getting my Associates of Health Sciences, and then I will transfer into a 4-year. So I'll be having a total of 6 to 7 years of school under my belt before I can be an actual nurse in the NICU.
Nice. Oh, very good. Oh, see, we have a nurse, Sara Cords, here in the show tonight. No, that's really cool. A profession like that is really great because, like I said, racing is not forever, and you got to have a future, backup goal and different things like that. And everyone has a career and things like that. So that's really cool. Do you have any future plans with your Speedway? Before you do the nursing thing, do you have any goals? Where you want to go? Like, what do you see Sara in your future? Where do you see her going?
Europe.
Ooh,
it's as simple as that. I want to go back to Europe. That's my goal. I want to make it happen. And I have a few opportunities that I feel like will come up in the future here soon. So, I mean, it's a possibility. I want to. It's my goal. It's my dream to go race in a league overseas. And I hope that I make it happen. But it doesn't really matter to me which one happens first, because I know I'm going to be doing both either way. Nice. If I have to become a nurse in the UK, so be it.
Very cool. That is really awesome. So, you said you want to race on a team, if you continue to progress, because you'll definitely get there for sure. That's your goal, is to possibly be a team rider in UK?
That's my dream and my goal, yes. I want to be at least make it to a semi-professional team. That's my goal. And I will, I know my career is important, but so is my dream. So if this were to ever happen, I would definitely put my career to the side for a little bit to live my dream and be on that Speedway team.
Very good. Yeah. You're only young one time, and then once this time passes, it'll be gone forever. So you're making the right decision by putting your dream first, because that career is you're always going to get older and older and older, but you're never going to be younger and younger and younger. And now is the time to live your dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I always see people, and they miss out their dream, and then it's already passed. Like once that dream time leaves you, and it's time to go to work and support a family or whatever, make a family, it's over. You're only young one time, so congratulations. Keep that dream alive and go for it. I think you'll do great.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. And so what else did we not talk about? Did we miss anything in the show? Did we miss?
I would just want to say something real quickly. I want to thank some of my sponsors and the people who support me. Lucas Oil, All-Star Kia, the Golden Racing, Mike Judon and Pat Litt and all them. You guys have definitely been a huge, huge help to me. Team Colorado, they've had my back beyond words, beyond motors and bikes and just support. They're amazing people. Jimmy Giannutelli, we spoke about him some earlier. He's always been there for me as well. He's like a family. He's always been there, whether it's on the track or off the track. He's always been somebody to talk to, as well as all these other people. Brian Saxon, the fuel, that makes my bike run. Buck Blair, we're starting to hand off some of my motors to him, and he's doing great with that. He's definitely a wizard with those. So we got some other people from Colorado as well. It's the 5280 Contract Flooring, ST Racing and Performance Gutters and all those guys. You guys are definitely huge help to Mike Judon, and he helps me through you guys, and so it's greatly appreciated because you guys keep me on the track and keep my motors solid and my bike solid. Keep me looking fresh with D-Star Racewear. They have amazing kits. My mom and my dad, Methanol Moonshine, they keep me looking good too. And G&G Racing, actually, it was my 10-year anniversary with them. I was their first sponsored rider, and now they have a whole team of AFT flat track riders and professional riders like Corey Texter and Brad Baker was on their team and all those guys. So they've definitely been a huge help throughout my racing growing up. I was 10 years old when they started sponsoring me. So, they have kept me on the track. They've kept me with gas. They've kept me with tires, all these people, So everybody's so much appreciated for all their help and support, because a lot of the time we didn't necessarily have the means to go by ourselves. So when anybody wanted to help us, it helped me live my dream. Even though I was too young to maybe even realize it, it was definitely greatly appreciated now more than ever because I wouldn't be here without any of you guys.
You have a lot of help, Sarah. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's one big family, honestly. If somebody needs something, there's going to be somebody to help, and they'll be glad to help. I know I would be if I had it.
That's awesome. So your family didn't have really the resources to, help you in lots of times, and so all these people stepped in and helped you out. Is that correct?
Yeah, they enabled me to go to every race every weekend or every week and race maybe once or twice a week and do flat track and, just the simple things like HYR. When I was younger, they gave me a 10% discount. I ended up working there when I was 18, so it's nice. Just, small little connections and friendships that you gain over the years that just, help propel you in the sport.
That's great. Well, I know everyone likes you because, you're just a likable person. You're a good human being. And also you're a woman rider, which is cool because I know you probably don't like to look at it that way, but it's really cool. You're out there racing with the big, with the guys. Like Michael Wells is 6'3" and you're 5'1", and you're you're a little fry, and Michael's a big guy. And,
our bikes are the same height off the ground, so I guess don't really matter.
No, you guys both give it gas, and you're both on the same track, trying to win, and that's really cool. That you're out there. Really, it's commendable. You're out there with the guys. You have these dreams of racing in Europe, and just going for it. I remember the other female rider. She's probably. She's somebody that you should try to pass, which is Bobby Hunter. She's been considered the best woman speedway rider of all time. Bobby Hunter is a good friend of mine, and I used to race her when I was a kid, and she was hard to beat. And when I raced Bobby, I remember I used to go on the track, and then, guys kind of have bad attitudes towards girls a little bit. You probably noticed that racing guys.
Not really. I have basically like a friendship with, I feel like my perspectives and the way that I think about my riding with them, I feel like that kind of plays in the way that they may think about me. You know what I mean? So If you go in with a certain mindset, you're probably going to receive that back.
Yeah, well, you're cool, and also you gain the respect of a lot of the riders your age, and that really goes a long ways. They can trust you, and they know that you're going to be a clean rider, and that you're going to you're going to try to beat them fair and square. And if you don't, oh well. And if you do, party.
Yeah.
So that's
Definitely.
cool. And yeah, I mean, but you got to go out there and give it your best, and just do everything you can. And like you said, really the neatest thing you said is basically taking every race and developing yourself, learning something new. That is probably the best thing that you said all show, because if you keep that attitude, that mental attitude, you're going to get there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. So you've got a lot of good tutorage. Jimmy's really good. He's been around the block a couple times. So, you have really great teachers to kind of help you and give you advice. And you're humble enough to take that, information and apply that. So that's a winning combination for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, we really appreciate you hanging out with us, Sarah. And I was really impressed. Like I say, when I see you every race, you're really developing, quite nicely. And you don't ride as much as you should, because Costa Mesa, hasn't been running for a year or so, and the Grand and Fast Fridays and everywhere. Yeah. So that's kind of sucks, It sucks.
I agree. It's definitely wish you could ride more.
That's bad, because when I first started racing, when I was like your age, I was racing 5 nights a week, and that was really cool. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, that's a lot of riding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get good, when you're racing every night. You're out in the stadium, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night, and you got on the steel shoe and the uniform, and you're turning it loose. You develop yourself a lot faster than if you're riding once a month or once every 2 weeks. But that's what we got. So
we'll take what we could get. Honestly, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Steve Evans, for having Speedway. Because if it wasn't for Steve, we would be sitting home watching NASCAR all day long.
No, we'd be watching them race in Europe.
Yeah, we watch those guys in Europe. Are they racing this year, Sarah? I don't know. They're starting?
Some amateur races I've seen. I'm not sure that they're doing races with spectators, but I know that I've seen some races. There was a qualifier for the GP that Brock had been in and stuff like that. So I know there were some racing, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't totally follow.
I heard Luke in an interview said that he was going to race in Poland and Sweden and stuff. He's leaving soon, so I guess they're going to start riding.
Yeah, he's going back over to ride. So their racing is still going on. I just wasn't sure how consistent it was.
Nice. Well, we want to wish all of our American riders all the best when they go over to Europe, and hopefully we'll have some future world championship racers from going over to Europe, and hopefully we'll have more. We have quite the crop of young riders like yourself, and we have the Young Guns Week. We have lots of riders like Blake Borello and the SOS team. And what do you think about all the young riders? You impressed with the level of all these young competitors?
Yeah, I mean, I am. We're definitely, if everybody continues to keep riding and keeps their passion for Speedway, we can build something out of it, and just keep the younger generations coming in. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the heart of Speedway is you younger riders coming up, you up and coming riders. And without you guys, the Speedway would die. So, you're the heart and soul of the Speedway. So, it's really great. And we have so many young riders from the South and from the Northern California competing. And it's really great what we see nowadays.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It's cool. Because there was a time a few years ago that there wasn't a lot of juniors and a lot of young riders like yourself. And a lot of people were getting nervous because they're like, oh my God, Speedway's going to die because there's the young blood that would be coming up. It wasn't there. and it was really kind of scary. And then all of a sudden, it started happening. And then now today we have just tons of young riders like yourself. So that's really, really great for the sport.
Yeah, definitely. We could always use more. So if anybody wants to bring their kids out, Paris, Paris is the place to do it. It's safe, it's friendly, and it's a big track.
It's great. Well, Steve's, he's got all, like yourself, you start off in the Pee-wees, then you went to 150s, 250s, 500s. And Steve has that program every couple of weeks when he has the races there, every month, I guess. And then he has the Pee-wee division. So from those Pee-wees, we're going to have a lot of Speedway riders like yourself. So that's really great, having that class.
Yeah, definitely.
So if anyone wants to be a Pee-wee rider, that's the way to start, as a 5-year-old to 8-year-old rider. And then you can advance like Sara did to the 150s and 250s and the 500s. So that's really cool, that the parents, support their children, and they bring them out to the races at an early age, because that's really how you become a good rider in this sport, is to start racing and riding when you're young. Like Sara's age, she's a hot young rider, and she started at a young age, and that's why she's good. If Sara didn't ride, let's say Sara just started like today riding, she wouldn't be very good, she wouldn't be good at all. And
no,
she's a hot, right? I mean, you'd be terrible. And I mean, you wouldn't, but that racing experience really developed the foundation for your time right now. So that everything you did as a Pee-wee on, you're here today as a result of that.
Yes.
So you can thank your dad for being so supportive of all those years. That's really cool. And that's really great. And that really, that's really great when parents, get behind their kids like your dad, and listening to your dad on the video, very happy and very, proud of his daughter, and that sharing those special moments together. That's really priceless. So, yeah. So anything else you'd like to say, Sara?
I just want to say thank you for having me. Hope you
You're
have a great night. Hope everybody else has a great night as well.
Okay. Hey, thank you for joining us tonight in the Hive, Sara. You're really great, and we're really looking forward to seeing your progress. We're going to be watching you close at Bakersfield, Paris, and when you go to Europe, because you'll make it there. So thank you so much for joining us. We're all pulling for you, Sara. We really appreciate you so much.
All right. Thank you. Wish you guys best of luck.
Okay. Thank you. That was Sara Cords. She's cool. She's a good rider too. I mean, she can really ride. She's rides like one of the guys, like she's not a girl, she's a guy. She's good too. So we want to thank you for joining us tonight in the Hive. We have Blake Barillo tomorrow. Blake Barillo! We got Blake tomorrow in the Hive, and we have the SOS team on Friday. So we look forward to having you back. We appreciate you joining us in this live stream show with Sara Cords. She's an amazing young rider. She's really good. I mean, that girl can go anywhere she wants. She's progressing and getting better day by day. So thank you so much for joining the show today, the Speedway show. And it was a lot of fun. We have the Young Guns Week. The Young Guns Week. And we're going to just go ahead and talk with all the good young riders. So thank you so much. Ride safe. Stay on two wheels. And we're going to see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Blake Barillo Show. Have a good one. Ride safe.